Lots changing around town to keep us all safe as we head out to many of the stores for the first time since lockdown began all those weeks ago. Welcome back to Vibe 107.6 to Peter Taylor, who's, of course, the elected Mayor of Watford. Peter, good evening to you.
Good evening, Jeremy. You okay?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm hoping that you managed to get a little bit of sun this weekend, or was it all completely focused on the reopening of town today?
I did manage to get a bit of sun, so I went out for a walk yesterday, but busy day today.
That's good. I hear it was a really busy day. Before we talk about it, I just wanted to ask, both in Watford and across England, I suppose, as well, we've all got used to sitting inside, sort of heading to the shops for essentials, ordering online. I've been doing loads of that. Are we ready? Are we ready to go back to town? Do people want to go back to town?
I think some people are very keen to get to town. I know that lots of us have found it difficult, staying apart from other people, and so getting out, having some fresh air, actually going into shops, I know will be something that's welcomed by most of us.
I'm sure. I've heard a lot of work has gone into making sure today is all safe and ready for us. I spoke to Noah a bit earlier. He told me that a great job has been done ensuring social distancing out and about in town centre. What sort of work has gone into making sure today was a success?
Yeah, lots of work has gone into this. So we've put in sanitisers at various locations around the town so people can keep their hands clean. There's lots of signage. Some of the pavements have been widened. There's also lots of markings for where people can queue. We've got marshals in the town centre to help people as well. So we've done everything we can. We're pleased our shops are opening, but we want to make sure that people can shop safely.
I think so. I think it's I'm really quite glad to hear that it was such a success. Was it busy this morning?
I think it was. It got busy during the day, so it was busy, I'm told, this afternoon. I've been on virtual meetings all day, so not been into the town centre myself, but my understanding is it has been busy. People particularly keen to go back to some clothes shops in the town centre. But by and large, it seems to have gone well.
I've been hearing about those queues outside Primark all day across the country. I don't know what it is about people wanting to go and get their T-shirts from Primark, but people seem to be doing it. What about people cycling in, though? Because with all the roads being reduced in traffic quite heavily, it's been pretty much heaven for cyclists across Watford, right? But I guess now the traffic is going to pick up again. Are we doing anything to encourage people to keep up cycling into the town centre?
Yeah, that's right. We've seen, obviously we've got a new bike share scheme, Beryl Bikes, that came in March, and that's been a massive success. I think it's now well over 30,000 journeys on those. And you're right that with the roads being a bit quieter, we've seen an increase in the number of people cycling. So we're really keen to work with the County Council and make sure that there's better facilities for cyclists, for example, quiet ways where they go off the main road but down a residential street, but it's adapted so that encourages cycling. So we're doing what we can. We've got the bike share scheme and looking to make some changes across the town as well.
I think people are really getting into this daily exercise routine that maybe people weren't doing before, whether that's going for a walk or maybe a cycle. It'd be good if they could keep that up and take their bike into town, wouldn't it, rather than taking the car.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry, Peter.
Yeah, definitely. I would just say that, if everyone drove into Watford Town Centre, then, the roads would be totally congested. We often struggle with congestion at the best of times. So we are saying to residents, if you're able to walk or to cycle, please do, especially now that we've got good weather. I know that many people will be reticent about going on a bus, for example, but as I say, if everyone drives into the town centre, the roads will just grind to a halt. So lots of people are choosing to walk and cycle, and that's a really good thing.
And we'd be talking non-stop about it on the travel bulletins if everyone was driving into town. So what about the more normal stuff? I'm thinking the opening of outdoor venues in Hertfordshire, like maybe drive-in cinemas and stuff like that. Do we see anything coming for us in that sort of sense?
Yeah, I know that there are already some discussions going about possible locations for drive-in cinemas that the Chamber of Commerce are involved with. I think people, as I say, the vast majority of people have been really good over the last few months. We've kept apart from others, we've maintained the social distancing, kept away from large groups. But at the same time, it's good for our own mental well-being and our own health that we, do enjoy life as much as we can. And so there are plans looking at potential outdoor drive-in cinemas in Hertfordshire.
That would be really good. I think it's about the right time when people will be looking forward to something a bit like that in the nice weather as well, knowing that they can keep in the the safety of their own car and keep that social distancing. That would sound pretty perfect to me. I think one topic that's going to be big on people's minds and round the corner is Watford Leicester, which we know is ahead of us. Are there going to be any road closures to prevent the fans from getting into near the stadium? Are there any plans to manage that?
So there will be some restrictions on Vicarage Road. Obviously, it's not a normal football day because it's behind closed doors, but there will be, coaches with players arriving, and so there'll be some restrictions outside the stadium itself. But people won't be able to get into the ground, so, we're hoping that people obviously will have to respect that. I think lots of us are just pleased that there'll be live sport again to watch on TV. It won't quite be the same. But I know that it's going to be an important few weeks for Watford.
I think so. I think people will be very, very glad to see it back again, and hoping that people stay at home and do their bit as well.
Exactly.
Rather than clogging up the roads and making a nuisance of themselves. Peter, I need to ask, because this is the first time we've spoken on the radio, lots of people talking about what they've missed during lockdown. I'm hearing a lot of people talking about missing bookshops, which surprises me, even more so than the restaurants and the pubs. Lots of people missing KFC, but more so the bookshops, because buying a book in a bookshop in Watford just isn't the same as going to Amazon, is it? They can't do quite as good a job. Is there something you've missed during lockdown that you're going to be happy to see back?
There are lots of things that I've missed. So just on the books, I should say that if any of your listeners want to join in, we've got a virtual book club. So it's One Town, One Book, which we're going to be doing a great book called The Hour of Separation by Catherine McMahon, who lived in Watford. But the things that I've missed, I think just meeting up with friends and family, going to the pub or going to watch football games, things like that, just regular normal life that we took for granted. And I think lots of us are just hoping that as soon as possible we can return to some kind of normality again.
Fingers crossed, if everyone does their bit. Peter, thank you so much, as always.